You're listening to I-95, Bangor's classic rock station with JStew and Corey in the morning. JStew and Corey rock.
I-95, JStew and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. On what would be the I guess the opposite of Thursday is just Thursday. So, you know, it's
Thursbright.
Thursbright. That sounds like a Game of Thrones word or something. I'm not really into that.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah. I guess it kind of does. But yeah, basically, bottom line is we have lucked out this week, and so far, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Hey,
fab.
Our luck runs out tomorrow night. Don't you worry. We get a little rain on the way for Saturday,
though, right?
Yeah, and then I think it's out by Sunday. So it's just.
I think it's out by like the evening on Saturday.
Oh,
that's what they
maybe.
said. Like the afternoon should be good.
Listen, what do you do in the evening? No, nothing. Me neither. We sit home.
You're asking me personally because I do nothing. You're right.
Right. So it won't matter. It won't matter that it's going to clear out Saturday night, other than that it'll dry out a little by Sunday morning. I don't care. Okay. Right now, partly to mostly sunny, highs to the upper 50s today.
I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got no complaints here.
Nope. No, I complain all the time, and I'm like, all right, thumbs up. Let's do this. I'm going to change my last name to complain. That's it. It'll work.
It would fit, yes. Hey, but
hopefully
no complaints about this battle at all.
Too late for that.
Oh, no. Here we go. It's a sweet battle. We got Ballroom Blitz and Fox on the Run. Yeah, I figured.
Sweet.
So you can hit us up at 991-9713. You can comment on our Facebook page. You can send us an out message and say hello.
I admit, I'm that guy that really does like that terrible. The movie is awful. It's the dumbest movie of all time.
What?
Dude, Where's My Car? Yeah, dumbest movie of all time.
Not of all time, but I'm with you on it being dumb, yeah.
Whenever we do a sweet battle, I can't help but think of that scene where they both got back tattoos and they're trying to tell each other what they are. And they're so stupid they can't.
That's got to be based on reality somewhere. There are plenty of people, I'm sure, that have woken up after a really, really good bender and been like, that.
Oh, I'm
Even
sure.
Sweet, but yeah.
Remember, I know the guy that has the full-size Jar Jar Binks tattoo on his back.
Exactly.
So, I know some people with some stupid tattoos.
Like that seems to me like that took so much effort to be regrettable.
It did. Oh, no, Mitch is that guy. You know what I mean? He wants to regret everything he's ever done. Like, I think I told you a while back, just recently, he got a giant on his whole thigh, a mint portrait of David Lee Roth.
Yeah, see, there you go. Jar Jar Binks and David Lee Roth. Think about that. He just likes those types, the very polarizing.
He's all about the worst underdogs ever. Which
was
whatever.
Jar Jar Binks an underdog though, or was he just a bad decision?
That's not up to me to decide.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let it go. Well, but the best part, don't forget too, the best part is that full-size Jar Jar Binks tattoo is also a replica of the Steve-O back tattoo from Jackass. Mm-hmm. So, Steve-O has a full back tattoo of himself with 2 thumbs up saying, hey, I'm awesome, with his autograph on his own back, right? So on Mitch, he's got the Jar Jar Binks tattoo in the style of the Steve-O tattoo with 2 thumbs up, and it says betcha, something like that on his back. So he has the worst Star Wars tramp stamp of all time is really what it comes down to.
You know what? I feel better about my life's decisions today based only on your friend's tattoo decisions.
There you go.
I thank you for that.
And you say I never do anything nice.
It's true. Today's the day. Mark it down on the calendar. It's happening right now. April 18th. JStew's done something nice.
There we go. We'll get your votes in for the battle over at the I-95 Facebook page, 991-9713. It's the morning music matchup. I-95, JStew and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. Morning music matchups going right now. It's Sweet versus Sweet Dude. And which one is winning? I just opened it up.
Well, we just got the 2 votes from South Carolina.
Yeah.
So we know that there's one of each at least. And now I got to go count the hashtags.
There's one of each at least.
Yeah.
So the other 19 votes I'm seeing at the Facebook page are just irrelevant at the moment.
Right now
totally it's tied 1-1.
It looks ballroom blitzy to me.
Well, that makes sense. Fox on the Run is a great tune, but there's something about it that, well, it's not ballroom blitz. That's what it is. That's what gets me every time, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting deep into this, and maybe it is Fox on the Run.
Wow.
Polly by the Shore sent us pictures of Fox. So.
Fair enough.
And a video of a Fox on the Run, so I'm guessing that's his vote.
I think it is. I'm gonna go with that.
He got creative. No words, just videos and images.
No words. Just feelings.
I think it's straight up. Yeah, I think we're going to have a good, I don't know. It looks very, very swift.
Well, whatever. You, the collective you, have the power because, it's all about the votes. So, I mean, I don't think there's ever, I'm trying to think if there's ever been a battle where we had to just sort of make a snap decision at the last second and just be like, we're going to do this.
Times.
Well, you can admit it. I was trying to make people feel like this was a real democracy and we never had anything to do it. Nice job. Lift the veil a little higher, Corey.
Sorry.
You want to tell them all the other secrets? So many secrets in the world of radio.
Not really, not with us. We're loudmouths and we're pretty out there. We're right up front.
There is no denying that. There is a lot to get to this morning. So there is plenty of that. We got Judas Priest stuff to deal with. We have vaults to assault today, plus all the other normal things. So, I mean, we're going to get it all done. But we need you to get the last ones in. Corey is counting. I've seen her use fingers, so this is getting good.
There's two separating them right now. Just two. So,
wow.
It's going to be a tight one.
All right. We'll just see who wins. We're going to wrap up the matchup when we come back here in just a bit. We'll have our winner right here on I-95. I-95, JStew and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station, 95.7 FM.
You want to know what the four-way sounds like for tomorrow?
Let's have a four-way tomorrow.
Yeah. Deep Purple's Highway Star.
Yeah.
Aerosmith's I Remember Walking in the Rain. Kiss's Hard Luck Woman and Fox on the Run.
It's going to be an interesting battle.
Yep.
Sort of like weird songs by all of them, except for Highway Star. That thing rips front to back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of the songs in the list, that is the most rocking, in my opinion. Hard Luck Woman, great song. And we were talking about Garth Brooks did a almost note for note perfect cover of that song. But with a
still think is funny with a
country twang,
Yeah.
Fun fact about that song, actually, the reason Peter Criss sang it as opposed to Gene or Paul is because it was the first single off their next record after Destroyer, which had Beth, which turned out to be their biggest hit.
Sure.
So they were like, well, let's see if we can make lightning strike twice. Let's put Peter on kind of another ballady type thing, and it didn't work out as much. But
it flopped a little bit
comparatively to the other song. But that was their reasoning, was just like, it worked, let's do it again, and then it didn't work, so then he quit or he got fired or whatever happened after that. They're like, oh, finally, so it wasn't just us. Sweet, let's just get rid of that guy so we can make more money.
Okay.
Did you see that stuff about them licensing themselves out? Did you see that finally came down?
No.
They signed a huge deal, like a $300 million something deal with this company that now basically owns the rights to Kiss. And they're going to create, they had a little sample of it at the very final show. They're basically going to create an AI version of Kiss.
Oh, God.
Like holograms. So it'll be in 3D and everything. It'll probably be in Vegas, I'm imagining, is where it'll end up or something like that. But it's going to be like holographic Kiss. Or it'll be at the Sphere, I bet you, or something.
That's so weird.
But they signed a huge deal with this digital company. The only time I want to see a
holograph or a hologram is when I'm watching reruns of Gem from the 1980s. And that's even cartoon. Yeah, okay, and I watched all of the recent remakes of them.
I wanted to make out with Jem when I was a kid.
I bet you did. She was smoking, and she had all such great fashion sense.
Oh, yeah. Although there was something very enticing about the Misfits. And I don't mean the band with Glenn Danzig. I mean...
No. Yeah, the Misfits that would, the antagonists.
My young 12-year-old self was very conflicted watching that cartoon. I was like... I feel things. I think.
Like the gym class rope, Jem and the Holograms did things.
Yeah.
To young 12-year-old JStew. All right, good to know.
Oh, the gym class rope? Nope. I never got more than 4 feet up that thing.
Yeah, I never ever tried, period. Like I said, V-sit and reach, that's the only athletic thing I could do.
I remember my gym teacher trying to feed me up the rope, and then I just slid down and burned my hands, but that was all right. Doesn't matter. I feel way better about Jem and the Holograms than I do about climbing a rope. Jem and the Holograms versus Jim and the climbing rope. That's way better. All right. Well, next hour, we'll fill you in on the situation with the Judas Priest tickets. We've got Assault the Vault coming up soon, so stay with us. I-95, Bangor's classic rock station, 95.7 FM. And that is why I would have a drum set at work. We were just talking about our offices, and Corey just moved up. She moved on up Jefferson style to the 3rd floor over here to the deluxe office in the Skaha High.
Hey, listen, the one in the basement was the deluxe office. I just moved up.
Yeah, but the one in the basement, when I had that office too, I used to find dead mice under my chair. I mean, it's not anybody's fault. It's just that time of year sometimes.
I never had any problems with that stuff, but I loved the space that was down there. It was epic. There's a lot of space in that. It's Dale Duff's old office.
Right.
And he left us a lovely divot. And so I had set it up. It was great. It was a fun office, but they want us to move up, which is fine.
Well,
you know me.
I would absolutely, if I was down there, there'd be a drum set in my office full time, all the time, much to everyone's dismay. But that's okay. Probably. It's not about them. It's about me, in that case. I wouldn't necessarily play it during business hours. It would just be there. It would be there so I could look at it. Sometimes I just go downstairs. I'll stand there in my boxers, bathrobe and slippers. And I'm just like, man, those are so friggin' cool.
Like in Step Brothers.
Yeah. Or I'll open up, photos of my my snare wall, and I'll just be like, oh, man, that's so good.
I have pictures of my kids. You have pictures of your
They're pictures of my kids. They're the same thing.
I know.
Same thing. Yeah. Trust me, if my house was on fire, the dog and the wife, I'd get them out first, and then I would literally die trying to get my snare drums out of the house. So that's how that's going to go.
I believe that. You hear no complaint from me because I think that that's very true.
You know what I do? Yep. From now on, I'm going to leave an emergency set of bungee cords in the studio just in case, right? So that I can run in there and just slap bungee cords on all of them and haul them out like a sack, like a hobo sack. You know what I mean? Just like, let's go. Except the funny thing is, the snare drums I like are so heavy, it's going to be like 175 pounds worth of snare drums that I'm trying to haul out of the house.
I wouldn't recommend it, but I believe that you will, if that ever happens.
Adrenaline will take over. And,
True.
I will be bruised, battered, and carrying out as many of those frighteningly heavy objects as I can.
Let's hope you never catch on fire. Your house never catches on fire.
Well, all right, that first. That's we'll put that in first place. Second place will be get the wife and the dog out. Third place is to bungee the snares together. It's going to be like an emergency choo-choo train coming out the basement door. It's going to be great.
I love that you have a plan.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you.
I'm going to stop, drop, and drum roll. Woo!
And there it is. On that note, all right.
Stop, drum, and roll. There we go. You heard it here first. Don't do that. Wow. If you actually are on fire, please stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Mm-hmm. Good. Drum roll. All right. Well, when we come back in just a few minutes, we're a little more than an hour away, but we're getting very close to your first Assault the Vault code. We'll give you plenty of notice. Don't you worry. I-95. I-95, JStew and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. Why are you chuckling to yourself? Is it anything important that I need to know about?
It's not necessarily important, but I had another autocorrect hose hit me this morning.
Oh.
And it actually hit me twice, once yesterday and once this morning. I was chiming into this group chat that we have about articles that we're going to write, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about was the fact that Bangor is putting in their docs.
Right. Oh, I can see where this is headed.
No. You would think at first.
Bangor's sliding into your DMs.
What I kept getting because of autocorrect for whatever reason, it was DOCs, like doctors. So I made a comment like, I'm not sure why autocorrect keeps wanting to put doctors in the water. And then our staff, our whatever colleague sends me a picture of a doctor, full doctor uniform, white coat, stethoscope, and everything in a pool, just giving me the okay, underwater. But then our other friend Cindy, who like Jordan's the younger scale, right? He does that memeing it, right? Cindy comes and goes, autocorrect could make that a lot worse. And then it starts this like barrage of like, the water's cold, and it goes, so.
Shrinkage!
Yep. An interesting chat today, thanks to autocorrect. I mean, it's not as bad as other ones that we've shared where I've accidentally, before proofreading, sent them to my friends.
Well, there you go.
Called them names that I didn't mean to. But
who cares? If you can't call your friends names on purpose or by accident, then what's the point of having friends? That's why I don't have any friends.
I would never call this particular friend what autocorrect changed.
You know what I love is the fact that my phone, I got a new phone a few months ago. Mm-hmm. I don't know how it happened. I don't care. Whatever. Within the first week, it was swipe texting the F word. I was just like...
And no more ducks?
What? No ducks at all.
Wow.
No ducks, all... Well, and the S word is in there. It doesn't say shut. It doesn't say shot. In fact, it's kind of bitten me a couple times because I've been like, hey, will you not shut the door? Like stuff like that. Like, did you shut off the coffee maker? But instead it was the other word.
Yeah. I need to get that phone because my phone does not. My phone still wants to put abs for every time I write and it makes everything really annoying because it's like I've never talked about abs. In fact, I try not to talk about abs because I just don't have any. And
my phone will fix the F word, but it can't figure out that I want to say off. It says OSS in all caps every single time. And it's like, no, how can you get this right and not that? Like, you're not a smartphone.
Hate to break it to you, but you're not representing your kind well at all.
I mean, you're showing your true colors by only taking the F word and the S word and stuff like that. It's like you're having a lowbrow conversation with me, and then it's my fault. So stupid in, stupid out.
You that back in the day, do you remember, you don't have kids, but maybe you've seen this. They used to have a spelling caterpillar, like Play School or Leapfrog or something came out with this caterpillar, and each one of its legs was a different letter. So you could be like, and you would hit it and it would be like A, B, and it would sound it out too. It'd be like A, and then you could change one of the settings and then it'd be like A.
Oh, weird.
B, B. Well, my brothers, instantly, the second I got that thing, like when Noah, who's now 16, was 1, the two of them looked at each other and they're like, let's do it. And they tried to spell the F word. But somebody, genius at Play School, wouldn't let them complete it. You get the FU, and then you would go to hit the C, and it would just be the sound. Like you would try to spell the swear words, and it would just giggle at you. This weird caterpillar.
I approve. I mean, I'm the same dude that used to put like Slayer tapes in a Teddy Ruxpin just to watch it. Like, it's like you're getting the horrible lyrics of Slayer, and it's like Teddy just waving his arms and smiling.
You were the boobs on the calculator guy, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You kidding? Mm-hmm. I really looked forward at the time when we got our new car 5 or 6 years ago to getting 80,000, 85 miles or whatever it was. So, I have a screenshot on my phone somewhere.
I bet you do.
Of course I do.
My son tried to take that. He was like, probably, I would say 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's like, Mom, check this out. And I'm like, yeah, it says boobs. I know. I'm 44 years old.
I know how to spell
on a calculator well before you were even born, kid.
Yeah, before there was an internet, we were putting boobs on a calculator. Oh, man. Boobs on a calculator. Good times. Stay with us on the I-95 Morning Show.
I-95, Bangor's classic rock station at 95.7 FM, i95rocks.com. Our app is out there, and we have got to thank our fantastic dispatchers. It's a National Emergency Telecommunicators Day.
Wow, you're doing a great job honoring them so far.
I call them dispatchers, but they have an actual different name, and I will screw it up every time. So I'm going to say dispatchers, thank you. They're the ones that we call when we're at our absolute most panicked, and they somehow manage to keep their cool, which is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
They're probably all amazing, like hostage negotiator parent types because I'd be losing it all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've only actually physically dialed 911 a handful of times in my life. Mm-hmm. Luckily for, actual emergencies. Well, there was one time that's not true. I was trying to pay my cell phone bill. I'd gotten cut off and I was trying to dial 611. And I was talking to someone and I accidentally hit 911 and the person answered. I was like, well, this is no emergency. I said, I'm so sorry. That was an accident. I apologized profusely because I think what happened is I dialed 911. I was like, whoop, and I hung up. And then they called right back and I was like, nope,
that's what they have to do.
Yeah. I said, no, that was just an accident. I said, I tried to hang up before it went through.
We have a lot of dispatchers listen. I have a friend who's a dispatcher, has been for years. And a while back, I asked him, I'm like, what do you want people to kind of know about what you guys deal with on the other end? Because, people call, they freak out. What are you doing? And so I've got this little article up right now on the do's and don'ts. And basically he says, don't worry about the amount of questions they're asking you because they're doing all of the things behind the scenes to send people where they need to go, but they need to get as much information possible. So it's not delaying the response as much as it is hopefully enhancing it. But he's like, we get yelled at a lot, which, they're trying to help you. Don't yell at them.
Oh, sure. But, if you're having a meltdown because of, whatever emergency, it's like it's hard to change your perception in that moment when you just need help now. So I get it,
one of the other things that
sucks.
he said that I've heard before from when we've done our neighborhood watch stuff is to be mindful of where you are. He's like, stay where you are, first of all, and secondly, then look around and notice as many details. And it's hard to do when you're in a panicked state, but know your address. Who else is in the home with you? Do you think the door is locked? Things like that can be very helpful to getting people in faster. So if you want to see the rest of what he put together, certainly that is, I thought it was really eye-opening.
And however, don't do, for instance, what some of the people were doing when we had all the power outages and stuff a while back and stuff. There were people that were literally calling 911 asking when the power would be back on.
Yeah, I feel like that's not their job.
No. I know you're frustrated. You feel like it's taking forever. You can't get it. You're never going to get anybody on the phone at CMP or Versant or whatever. But
if your power is out and you're running something like oxygen or some life-saving thing, that would be a very appropriate time to call 911. But maybe not for an update.
Yeah, exactly.
On your line.
There's probably, if you use common sense, you could think of lots of things that you should not use 911 for, but use it for the good stuff. But check that out, i95rocks.com or the app. Next hour, we have our first Assault the Vault code. I think this morning, too, we should probably also get in touch with our Judas Priest app winner.
Okay.
And let that person know that they have won some tickets. So if you have entered to win Judas Priest tickets at the app, Corey and I could be calling you here in the next little bit. So just keep that in mind. So, if you roll over and you're surprised and you're half awake and we're giving you tickets, that's your problem. But you're also still going to have to play Weed or Steed. So, we're not taking it easy on the app winners this morning either. So we'll get that going. Stay with us, I-95.